No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
This is the It's Reality podcast, where we'll talk about anything and everything from the paranormal, health, the supernatural, aliens, and much more awesomeness. And now, get ready for your host, Rudy, on the go.
Well, good evening and welcome to another segment of It's Reality Podcast. Today on episode 8, the topic of today is I saw the devil. Wow. Kind of a scary thought. Going around, I saw the devil. I saw Satan. Lucifer, El Diablo. Just the thought of it is really, this is giving me the chills. So you think about seeing the devil, it's like, wow, that is something I'd never even fathomed or thought of. There's been cases where, and I'm sorry for the pause, but I'm trying to catch my breath thinking about this. It's so horrific. The thought of, Satan. Do you believe in the devil? Do you believe in God? I personally, I know I believe in God. God, the creator of everything that we have, life itself, the earth, the stars, the sky, the moon, the galaxy. It's makes you wonder, God and Jesus, when we go, where do we go? But I'm not going to get into that topic because that's going to be a topic for another segment. The thought of Satan is one that we hopefully never have to run across, because the devil himself is, yes, I say the devil does exist. If God exists, so does the devil. There's no question about it. He does. So I have a story here of this young man. His name is Mesiah. Mesiah is out of Detroit, and he had an encounter where he says that he saw the devil. And the way I look at it, or what makes me think about this after his encounter, it's kind of like he was either you choose the devil or you choose God. You choose good, you choose evil. Which route do you take? And the encounter again, and I'll repeat it, encounter, because he states that he went through this, he saw it, and he experienced it. He had a choice. He had a choice of either going one direction or the other, and there's no second thoughts about it. Myself, if I was given that choice, I wouldn't even think twice on it. I've always told my kids, if you have to think about something more than once, then it's not good. If I choose between God or the devil, immediately I'm going to say God. We're going to say Jesus himself, his son, the Lord, God. Because there's nothing better than being pure. And I know we're all sinners. We are all sinners down beneath. We've done something bad. We're not perfect. No person is perfect on this earth. But choosing God is the only way, because he can only bring you eternal happiness after we leave this earth. But again, we're going to put that aside. Right now, I want to share with you the story of Mesiah out of Detroit. So give it a chance. I'll come back. Give it a chance of you thinking, and close your eyes and just imagine what this young man went through. And, think about it. So, okay, here's Mesiah with his encounter with the devil.
I had just moved to Michigan, home. I had been going back and forth from Minnesota to Detroit. Just refamiliarizing myself with the landscape and my friends, my family there. At the time, coming back, people were beginning to notice that I had grown up a lot. My beliefs had changed, but I was still the same core, hardworking person. I was still dating, but my primary interest was still my baby's mom, who still lived in Minnesota. We had a child together, Isaiah, my youngest son.
Mesiah came to Minnesota to visit Isaiah and myself, but also to see, he still had two brothers living in Minnesota, so to also see his brother. And his mom was coming this trip.
It was almost summertime. It was almost like spring break, pretty much. So the kids were out. It was an opportunity to all get together. And we were staying at a hotel, and there was a pool there. Somebody could drop me off and was telling me, don't go swimming, you know how to swim. And I was assuring her that I wasn't going to go swimming, but I would take the kids down so that they could swim in the shallow end of the pool. I just knew my limits. I understood that it's like I can't fly, I can't swim.
There was like 7, 8, 9 kids, and I figured that was too many kids for, him to handle it. So I told him, hold on real quick, I'm gonna run upstairs, I'm gonna grab some shorts and come back down and help you with the kids.
They were all down playing, and my niece, Kiera, was trying to either jump off the edge or was kind of running and sliding. Looked very dangerous. Immediately trying to get to her aid because I feared she would fall in the pool. But she slipped somehow and just caught herself onto the ladder. And I remember trying to get to her. She seemed like she was going to be okay, but that was the last thing that I really remember. The sensation of drowning is this, fearful, helpless, can't touch anything, you can't feel anything. The first thing I remember was these huge bubbles. It's like it being in a water cooler. I mean, bigger than my face type bubbles. And it wasn't just like one or two. It's like bubble after bubble after bubble appearing and then floating away from me. And after that, I would kind of black out, if you will.
I'm coming through the door, and I can see all the kids from across the room standing along the pool, and they're just looking out into the pool, and I don't see my brother, so, I'm asking them, where's Mesiah, and they all get to pointing down in the pool. I'm walking up to the pool, I look down the pool, and I seen him at the bottom. He was looking up at me. At first, he was looking up, and I'm thinking, well, why is he holding his breath? Is he playing? Is he diving? What is he doing? He was still looking up at me. So then I got to getting serious, thinking something was really, really wrong. We grabbed the pole and we couldn't get him, so I just get to screaming, help, help, because somebody help. There was a man walking down the stairs, and I guess he heard me hollering for help. He took off his shoes, took off his jacket, and he jumped in, and he pulled Mesiah out. His eyes, they had shut closed, and he was just, just limp. No reaction, just nothing. We were all frantic and hysterical. My auntie was like, well, just keep on saying his name. Keep on saying his name. So we just kept on saying his name, Mesiah, Mesiah. They took over, and I say about a good minute and a half, he started spitting up water. They said they had a small pulse, barely a pulse, but it was there. So, they were rushing him to the hospital.
I heard my phone ringing at home. I got in, I dropped my purse on the floor because I'm running to the cordless phone. I picked the phone up, and my son said, "Mom, I need you to come back because Dad died." I dropped the phone, ran to the door, grabbed my purse, and I got in the car. As I got to the stoplight where you turn left to go to the parking lot of the hotel, I saw an ambulance whizzing by. I went into the parking lot, and Mesiah's brother was crying. These men don't cry. These three brothers, they don't cry. They're not emotional. So him crying, it scared me.
The first thing I saw was me in the hospital bed, in a gown, with no injuries, no IV, nothing like that. All of the sheets, the curtains were new. My gown still had creases. It was brand new. The room was so clean that it was almost too perfect. Again, it definitely made me feel like it couldn't be real. There's a nurse who just keeps her back to me the whole entire time, doing things, messing with the drapes. I try to reach out to her, and she kind of turns, and she looks over her shoulder at me, and she's like, "Oh, you'll be fine." And I look at her, and she looks just like Samika, but she's like more fair-skinned and lighter-skinned lady, but looks just like her in the face. So I actually thought it was her. Having seen the bubbles and feeling like I was, in water or drowning, I felt better because now I was in the situation where it seemed like I was okay, I wasn't hurt, and there was a nurse that looked just like my girlfriend. We exchanged a glance with each other, and the smile, which was very comforting. It's almost like a blowing up to a blackout again. It's like just complete darkness. Next thing I began to hear voices in this darkness, just whispers at first. They're just saying stuff like, "It's okay, you're gonna be all right, don't be afraid." It hits me at this point that I'm not dreaming. It was apparent that I was dead. I can hear my aunt, who I lost in a tragic accident with my cousin, my grandmother, people that had passed away, and they're directing me, "It's okay, go ahead, go for it, keep moving. It's going to be all right. Don't be afraid." To the point where it's almost upsetting. Like, why do you guys keep saying this? They're not responding to my "Are you there's?" "Hello." And as the words become more clear, the voices begin to get louder. I see these two little lights off into the distance. I began to walk towards the lights. I see that it's not actually light, it's actually like two little flames, like two torches. So as I'm getting closer, I begin to see there's like gold coins, goblets, all types of gold items. Fear grew with each step that